the best travel itinerary for Beijing. Beijing, alternatively Romanized as Peking, is the capital of the People's Republic of China. It is the world's most populous national capital city. Here is a suggested itinerary for a 3-day trip to Beijing. Day 1. Visit the Forbidden City. This collection of ancient buildings sits at the heart of Beijing. For visitors to Beijing, this place cannot be missed. Not going to the Forbidden City would be like going to Paris and never setting foot in the Louvre or Eiffel Tower. For 500 years, this collection of buildings housed 2 dynasties of imperial rule and is the largest palace complex in the world. Spend several hours touring this enormous complex of palaces, temples, and smaller exhibits. The most impressive view of the Forbidden City was of the large courtyard, seen from the Gate of Supreme Harmony. If taken slowly, a visit to the Forbidden City can take all day. Then visit the Tiananmen Square, which is the world's largest square and has been the site of several demonstrations in recent history. Go to the 2008 Summer Olympics site and see Beijing National Stadium or Bird's Nest, as well as National Aquatics Center or Water Cuber. Like many other Asian cities, Beijing is packed with temples. The best temples in Beijing are the Lama Temple and the Confucius Temple. These 2 temples are next-door neighbors. The Lama Temple is a large complex of Buddhist temples. There were tourists like us paying a visit, but mostly it was people here to worship. Clouds of incense-scented smoke filled the air as people worshipped and paid their respects. Groups of people walked from temple to temple, burning incense and praying, all very spiritual and very beautiful. The nearby Confucius Temple was much quieter and much emptier. Here you had peace and quiet, and for those of you who thought that the smoky Lama Temple was a bit too much, this place was a lot more pleasant. Day 2. Pay a visit to the Temple of Heaven. This temple gets its own section since by itself it is such a large complex and such an important site in Beijing. This temple is known as the Hall of Prayer for Good Harvests and is yet again one of those iconic Beijing sites. Enjoy the local art scene at the 798 Art Zone. The 798 Art Zone is the Soho of China. Here sits an area filled with art galleries and shops, sprinkled with cafes and bars. It was an interesting stroll and a good break from sightseeing of palaces, temples, and great walls. Then go to the Summer Palace. The Summer Palace is another one of those Beijing must-do sites. This was the emperor's escape from city life, similar to Versailles or Schönbrunn Palace. The Summer Palace in Beijing, first built in 1750, largely destroyed in the War of 1860, and restored on its original foundations in 1886, is a masterpiece of Chinese landscape garden design. The natural landscape of hills and open water is combined with artificial features such as pavilions, halls, palaces, temples, and bridges to form a harmonious ensemble of outstanding aesthetic value. Day 3. Another must-do while visiting Beijing is to see the Great Wall of China. The Great Wall of China is a series of fortifications that were built across the historical northern borders of ancient Chinese states and Imperial China as protection against various nomadic groups from the Eurasian steppe. Several walls were built from as early as the 7th century BC, with selective stretches later joined by Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor of China. Little of the Qin Wall remains. Later on, many successive dynasties built and maintained multiple stretches of border walls. You can visit both the Mutianyu and Jiangku sections. Now you know all the best places to visit in Beijing. Enjoy your time in Beijing. Thanks for watching.